the Roanoke Public Library in downtown Roanoke. I'm going to be meeting with Councilwoman Price and asking her 3 questions. In 2008, Councilwoman Price was the first African-American woman elected to Roanoke City Council. Before being elected into public office, Councilwoman Price got a master's and bachelor's degree, which was used as a guidance counselor and educator. Much of her work centered around the youth and families in Roanoke. I'm sitting here with Councilwoman Anita Price, and I'm going to ask her 3 questions. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my first question for you. In researching for our interview, I discovered that you've been an educator in Roanoke for 35 years. Can you tell me how being a teacher translates into being a councilwoman?
I would be delighted to tell you how that translates. I started off teaching in Baltimore City Schools and finished up and retired from Roanoke City Schools. I was a teacher, but the majority of my time as an educator, my 35 years, I was a guidance counselor. And I would dare say that just about any and everything that you can think of as far as problem solving, I have seen it during my time as a guidance counselor. Also, as a counselor, I got a lot of training to become a mediation consultant. I helped to train 4th and 5th graders in peer mediation. So that has definitely translated in helping me to look at all the issues that swirl or surround our city and to come up with amicable and peaceful solutions that may not be the kind of answer that everybody wants to hear, but we can certainly build consensus.
This is the second question. You were elected in 2008. Since then, what are some of the council's and city's achievements that you're the most proud of?
Well, let me see. I've got to try to narrow that down. There are a lot of things that I am very proud of our city. Certainly within the last few years, our downtown has grown tremendously. There are so many more activities. There's a lot of exciting things that are happening, and it makes the city to become more vibrant and more alive. That's one thing. We have a lot more young families that are moving back into Roanoke and are very happy with the quality of life. We have a good school system in Roanoke City, one that, of course, I'm very proud of because I taught here for so many years. But also, it helps to make certain that when families are moving into the city, that they feel that their children are going to get a good education. And without that foundation of a good beginning, it's very difficult for anyone to be successful. And then, not only has our council supported our Roanoke City school system, but this council has also been very supportive of the initiative that I have started working with our youth and youth services. And that whole initiative is based around looking at things that impact on our young people and our families, and what can we do to help improve their quality of life and to make certain that their tenure here in the Roanoke Valley is one of success and productivity.
My last question for you is, in looking in the upcoming election, I was shocked to discover that most Roanoke City Council elections had less than 10% voter turnout. That means that more than 90% of grown-ups who could vote don't. How do you feel about this, and what would you like to say to that 90%?
Wow. You know, when you hear it like that, that's really shocking to me as well. And isn't it pretty sad that 10% of the entire population is really kind of calling the shots on what's going to happen as far as how their lives are going to be impacted? So, what would I say to the other 90%? I would say that, first of all, I would encourage them, please come out and vote. You really can't complain. You really can't say, well, I'm not happy with this or I don't like that, if you don't participate in the process. And voting is such an important right for everyone. it's just incumbent upon everyone to recognize that if you don't exercise your right to vote, you really have just pretty much given whatever decisions, whatever outcomes that may impact you in your day-to-day life, you've handed that over to a very small percentage. So I would certainly take this opportunity to tell everybody that they have an opportunity coming up on February 13th. If you live in the city of Roanoke, to come out and vote, because the first participation in the democratic process begins on February 13th at the Firehouse primary that will help to determine who's going to be on the Democratic ballot for our decision making in May. But thank you for such an intriguing question.
I promised that there would only be 3 questions, but if Councilwoman Price wants to say anything, she's welcome to right now.
Well, I think the main thing I want to do is to thank my interviewer, Ava, for this opportunity to have this conversation. Certainly, this is so encouraging and so exciting to see such a delightful young lady to take an interest in what's going on in the world around us. And isn't it wonderful for us as grown-ups to know that our future is in good hands? And certainly, I applaud her, and I want to thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Today I learned in the interview with Councilwoman Price that it's very important to vote, because if you're not voting, somebody else is going to vote for you. And I'm 10 years old, and I'm relying on you to vote right. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Price for taking the time to come and meet with me. Also, I'd like to thank you for watching this, and please join the mailing list. I look forward to doing more videos like this, interviewing important and interesting people. Thank you for watching.